What was I doing at the time of the attacks? I was sitting at my desk in my office when I heard that the first plane had flown into the first World Trade Center tower. When everybody first found out what was happening with the attacks, everybody was nervous and scared and confused. And I was the one that got to tell about 15 people that were sitting in a conference room. I interrupted their meeting, and I told them that a plane had flown into the first World Trade Center tower, and no one knew what was going on. And everybody just stopped what they were doing, and we put the TV on and started watching the news to see what was going on. When everybody first found out what happened, people were just confused and they didn't know if we were being attacked, or if it was just an accident, or it was just somebody who was flying wildly and accidentally flew into the first building. I was first notified by the attacks on my computer. I think I had just was on a news website and they had the first report that a plane had flown into the World Trade Center. Well, after the second attack, everybody in my office was calling home to see where everybody was because it was apparent that it was a terrorist attack, and the news was reporting that we were under attack. So everybody was really confused and concerned for their families and called home, and then we stayed at work for a while and we just kept watching the reports on TV as the whole day unfolded, after the second tower was hit and then when the two towers collapsed. And it affected the rest of my workday because we sent everybody home from my company around 2 o'clock because everybody was just in a total state of confusion and fear, and they wanted to go home and find out where their children were and their families were and make sure everybody was safe because we didn't know how significant the rest of the day could have been. We didn't know if there were more attacks planned, and everybody was really scared. We were not aware at first that we were being attacked by terrorists. The first plane that flew into the first tower, I think that I thought, along like a lot of people, that it was just an accident and it was just a horrible tragedy that a plane had flown into it. And then quickly the report came out about the video of the second plane happened, and then the plane that landed at the Pentagon, and then the one that landed in Pittsburgh, and everybody realized that this was something serious and it was a planned attack on the United States. And then I'd say probably middle part of the day, by that time people realized who had planned the attacks and who had carried them out, and there was a terrorist attack. I think everybody thinks differently now than we did the first time we were attacked, because there was, although the government knew that there were terrorists out there plotting to attack us, they had never really accomplished anything on a scale that was this big, meaning they had never carried out a whole lot of terrorist attacks. So I think now everybody thinks differently. Everybody's more aware that these bad people exist, and the government's working harder than ever to try to find them. But I think now people are more aware that a terrorist attack that's really bad, just like the 9/11 was, can happen at any time. So people are certainly a little more careful now.
And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her.